Peace. This is Wise for Wise Words Media. And yo, did y'all see the pummeling, the beatdown that JJ Redick and CJ McCollum gave Stephen A. Smith? Wow. They gave him a whooping of epic proportion live on live television. And this is first take. So ain't no cuts, ain't no breaks. This is, everything is on the spot. And you got to deal with these things on the spot. So here's the difference for those who are not aware. There's old media and there's new media. Old media is that vehicle that we always say, the media, that it's been around for decades. And what it is there's always an agenda. There's always an agenda that is very racist at times, is an agenda that never hides its bias. They put their biases out there. And in the sports world, in sports media, sports old media, they're much of the same. There's a lot of racial undertone in the things that they discuss. And they only give praise. If you're on the friends list, they'll give you praise. They'll praise you and they'll never bash you. But if you're not on the friends list, then they will critique you, they will bash you. This is why they have directors, producers, because there's a script that old media has to stick to. They can try to conjure it up that this is some kind of show that's based on debate and that this is all Stephen A.'s thoughts and these are all the thoughts of his opposition, which used to be Max Kellerman, or even before that Skip Bayless, and now even Skip and Shannon on their show on Fox. This is what it used to be. And they wanted you to think that these are all purely based on their thoughts. But no, there's a narrative, there's a script written, and they got to stick to a script. The problem is now, you got to be careful what you ask for. Stephen A. Smith had requested to remove Max Kellerman from his show because Max Kellerman is not much of a debater. Max Kellerman is more of an analyst. He likes to analyze, be it games, player performance. He likes to crunch numbers. He'll give you statistics. And Stephen A. Smith, what he was looking for was more of a sparring partner. Somebody that's gonna be animated, just like he is. You know, you could call a man Screaming A. Smith. He wants somebody that's gonna be animated like him. So that wasn't Max Kellerman. So he got rid of Max, and now he started this whole thing of an open seat, you know, a hot seat, so to speak, for whoever wants to come in and debate him. So lately, it's been coming back to bite him in the behind, because you got guys that are part of new media. And you're hearing the term new media a lot more recently. Draymond Green has brought up the term new media multiple times. New media is now the counter to old media. Old media used to have the only voice. So the voices of brothers like myself, brothers like Draymond Green, when you come to the boxing world, brothers like Dante's Boxing Nation, peace to that brother, peace to the brother Aki from Aki TV. You got brothers like that were anchors and pushed and promoted the real of the sport and not the agenda. There's no script involved. If you are a purist, if you love a sport, then you should want to see the best against the best. You should want the whole to be analyzed and not just the parts. So, while they praise guys like LeBron and Chris Paul, they bash guys like Russell Westbrook. So that leads me back with the situation with CJ McCollum, JJ Redick, and Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A., the topic was, can Darvin Ham, the new coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, can Darvin Ham get these guys to perform together and lead them to a playoff appearance? So Stephen A. Smith takes a left turn, steers away from the topic, and he wanted to bring up what old media likes to do, which is bash Russell Westbrook. So he said, the question again was, can Darvin Ham make it work? He goes, well, I'm disappointed. This is Stephen A. saying, I'm disappointed that Russell Westbrook was at the press conference introducing Darvin Ham. So at that juncture, JJ Redick stops him, says, hold up. You just said something very random right now. You just went off cue and you said something random, that you're disappointed that Westbrook was there supporting his new coach. Why would you say that? This ain't Max Kellerman anymore, ladies and gentlemen. This guy, Stephen A., starts, and now CJ McCollum is like, he's choking. So CJ goes, you're really gonna be mad at Russell Westbrook, who's there in support of his new coach, because he is still a Laker, and not only is he a new coach, but he's a black man as a coach? Then Stephen A. Smith found a point where he could try to spin it off and use some red herrings to distract from him being choked or choking at the moment. And he said, oh, no, don't go there. About black coaches, don't go there. So Stephen A. goes on to say, well, with all the situation, the turmoil that Russell Westbrook's going through, and that he might get traded, and you don't even know if he's going to be there. Dude, you deal with what's reality, what's in the here and now. We don't deal with mysteries. And that's what that spookism that Stephen A. Smith is alluding to was just because he had to try to somehow plug in the script that old media always wants to use, which is to bash Russell Westbrook at any opportunity possible. Why? Because Russ is too hood. Russ don't mess with the media like that. He's too hood. So they don't like him. He don't mess with old media, shall I say. So they always try to find a moment to bash him. LeBron James this year was not spectacular. LeBron James this year, once he saw the direction that the Lakers were going, he became what? A stat patter. Another old media term that they invented, stat padding, to try to knock down Russell Westbrook. But meanwhile, LeBron all year long wasn't caring about winning. He was caring about scoring, because now he's after becoming the leading scorer of all time, passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So that's all he was trying to do this year. He wasn't focused. When he saw that the direction that they were going in, he said, yo, I might as well do something, make history. And he started focusing on scoring. But nobody talked about him stat padding, trying to score. He wasn't the same LeBron trying to hook everybody up, trying to orchestrate an offense. He became a stat padding LeBron. But you never hear them talk about stat padding, because all they tell you is, oh, he needs X amount of points to beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and surpass him as the leading scorer of all time. But they don't talk about LeBron because he's on the friends list. Anthony Davis had a pathetic year. For one, it's just like Charles Barkley calls him, Anthony Suits Davis, because the man is always in a suit on the sidelines. The guy never plays. But then when he did play, the man shot 12% or something like that from the three-point line. An atrocious percent from the three-point line. He had a horrible year. He barely rebounded this year. So when he was on the floor, he was a non-factor. This is one of the worst years of Anthony Davis' career, but nobody talks about Anthony Davis, about his performance while he was on. Nobody talks about that. Shot blocking numbers down, rebounding down, three-point percentage down. He was a non-factor this year whenever he played. But these are the things that nobody talks about. Nobody talks about these things because the agenda is for old media to bash Westbrook. If that's their narrative, they're going to continue that. So CJ and JJ Redick stopped them and was like, no, you're not going to do that. Not on our watch. You're not going to bash Russell Westbrook for being a good teammate, for being a good player, because he is in support of a coach. And let's even say that you're right. Who's to say that Westbrook is going to... Let's just play devil's advocate and just say, yeah, Stephen A is right, that he's going to be gone. Isn't that a degree of professionalism to show up to a coach's press conference when you may not even be there at the start of the season? But see how they try to spin the narrative? He didn't even make sense. That's why JJ stopped him and was like, yo, you're making a random point that makes no sense. And CJ said the same thing. And he starts choking. No, not the black coach. No, don't go there, don't go there. What I'm saying is, like, dude, cut it out, man. Cut the act, man. Like, what it is with Stephen A. Smith is, and why he's such a company boy. See, and this hurts me because I grew up a fan of Stephen A. Smith. I remember Stephen A. before he was big time and famous. Back in like the mid-90s, early and late 90s. He was on a show. He used to make an appearance on a half-hour show on CNN that used to come on at 11:30 at night on Sunday nights. And it was a basketball show. It was a half hour. It was like Inside the NBA or something like that it was called. And he used to be this brother in there with the afro, huffing and puffing. You see him huffing and puffing. I used to find it funny seeing him huffing and puffing. Before he would even speak a word, you would see him huffing and puffing. And then he would start to get into his take on what he was addressing. So I go back that long with Stephen A. But Stephen A. had got into some trouble. He did something he wasn't supposed to do, and it's not my place to say. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to put that man's business out there like that. But he got into some major trouble. He got into something that could have got him fired. And he was given a second chance, and from that point forward, he became the ultimate company guy. So he's got his reasons for doing what he's doing. He's part of old media. He's getting a nice paycheck. He's doing it, he's doing what he's got to do. But the sense of new media, like Draymond's been saying, and is new media is here to give you the real. No racism. No hood bashing. No popularity contests. No friends list. This is just pure sports. Pure analysis. Giving you the real. That's what new media is about. It's about combating the false narratives, the racist undertones that old media has been doing for years and years and years, and there was no voice to counteract until now, until the advent of YouTube and podcast and guys who actually stepped in the ring, or guys who actually played basketball, like JJ Redick or CJ McCollum, guys that have a professional take, guys that are students of the game and have no ties. You know what I'm saying? Guys like myself, I've been a student of boxing since I was 5 years old. Been a student of basketball since 9. So I got well over 30 years following sports. So these are the guys in new media, such as myself and others, that are here to provide the real with no agenda attached to it. So yes, this is why they didn't bash Chris Paul. This is why they don't bash LeBron. This is why instead they have their list of players that they go after, like your Russell Westbrooks and your Draymond Greens. Those are the guys that they go after. But yeah, man, new media is here. It's a takeover. They know it. You about to see Stephen A. Smith try to form a podcast real soon. Or he about to scream to get, watch this. This is going to be the next move. They're going to get, Mad Dog Russo's going to be the full-time guy. You're going to see Mad Dog Russo's going to be a full-time guy, because he's going to give Stephen A. that the antidote, the look that he wants on First Take. He's going to be that guy that's going to be, because he's just like Stephen A. He's animated, very, he's very passionate about what he says. He's animated, but he's another guy that sticks to the script. Old media. You're not going to sit up here and tell me Bob Cousy is a top 5 point guard of all time. Yes, he must have held that position of top 5 for a while. But no, Bob Cousy is not better than Magic Johnson, who's the GOAT, greatest point guard of all time, the true point guard. He's not better than Isaiah Thomas. He's not better than the Big O, Oscar Robertson. He's not better than John Stockton. You're not gonna put him on a list better than these guys. But yeah, stick to new media, Wise Words Media. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because you only gonna get the real here. No agenda, no racism, no hood bashing, no politics involved, just straight sports. Peace.